I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. John had gone there a year before I had. That's how I met John. I was in Dangerous Corners, and he saw it, and he came backstage, and I thought, no, I'm not going to get interested in him, even though I was quite interested right at the beginning. I thought, no, this is just what I said I'm not going to do. I'm not going to come to New York and fall in love, get married, and do the same thing I could have been doing in Wisconsin. And then finally we just threw in the towel and said, okay, let's get married. Right about the time he did Johnny Staccato, he had started doing shadows while I was doing Middle of the Night. But these are independent pictures, and when I say independent, I mean independent. You paid for them. And so we would run out of money all of the time. The only thing I can say is he was always a wonderful director about actors. He loved actors. It was very exciting to work for John because he gave you total freedom. He wouldn't even answer a question. If you said, well, do you think that maybe she's going, he'd say, I wrote the script, you accepted the part. Now you should know more than anyone in the world about your character. He said, let it happen on film. You don't know what people are going to say to you in life or what's going to be around the corner. You don't know that. He said, let it just happen on film. There weren't too many independent films at that time, and even now, when there are independent films, John and I had an advantage in that we both had a career separate from that we could go out and work for someone else and bring the money in for our movies. Most writers and young directors, they're writers and directors. They don't have another profession. And so it's a lot harder. But on the other hand, there's a lot more acceptance of independent films now.
I welcome you guys back on here. If you consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. Very devastating news coming in. Gena Rowlands, who famously played Allie in the Notebook movie, according to reports, she has passed on. TMZ was the first to break the story, and they said that the retired actress died on Wednesday afternoon at her home in Indiana Wells, that is in California, where she was surrounded by family, including her husband Robert and her daughter Alexandra Cassavetes. According to the report, which TMZ actually came out and revealed via their official online platform, they said that the director Nick Cassavetes also had been at the home frequently this week, and they learned that while there has not been the official cause of death yet, Gena had been battling Alzheimer disease, and I think it was at the beginning of June, July, when reports came out and they said that Rowlands had been battling the very devastating disease Alzheimer, and as actually reports continued to flow in, they said that Nick announced Gena's diagnosis back in June, like I've told you, on around the 20th anniversary of the Notebook movie, which was directed by himself, Nick. Gena's character in the flick also suffered with the disease, and at the time they said actually Gena had actually been battling the very devastating health issue for close to 5 years, and she was in full dementia. Gena's daughter, the actress that is Lady Rowlands, who was also diagnosed with the same health issue before her passing on. She had retired in Hollywood in 2015 after earning 4 Emmy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, and 2 Oscar nominations. She collaborated with her first husband, that is the filmmaker Gena Cassavetes, on a number of occasions, including I think there was a movie called Gloria. Then there was one which I really enjoyed, A Woman Under the Influence, and so many other movies. She's been legendary. I think she's been amongst the personalities whom are highly respected and highly valued, the legends and historicals of Hollywood. Gena is survived by Robert, to whom she's been married to from I think 2012, and her 3 daughters, that is Nick, Alexandra, Zoe, and at the time when she passed on, she was 94 years old. In this moment in time, as you've watched in the interview I gave you at the start of this video, that was an interview she did in around the early 2010s, and in this moment in time, all I can say is to send my deepest condolences, messages of sympathies, to grieve together with the family, because they've lost a very huge matriarch, and of course the Hollywood, so many people loved her in there and the entire globe, because Gena Rowlands was a huge movie personality. Rest in power, the Queen, Gena Rowlands, will be coming out, to give you more updates with regards to her funeral, and of course, we'll be remembering her in the next coming videos. But in this moment in time, all I can say is rest in power, the Queen, Gena Rowlands. I'll see you in the coming videos.